Games that make us rage the most. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because I am a member of Gamer Ragers Anonymous, although I guess now it's not so anonymous.
Games that make me rage. Let's see, I have a lot of rage inside me. I directed a lot of it at Metal Gear Solid. That game, I love that game. It was great sneaking around in a box and whatever, but man, when you had to fight bosses like Psycho Mantis, where you had to unplug your controller from controller port 1 and plug it into 2, how the hell am I supposed to figure that out? That is nearly impossible. It's unfair for game developers to make that kind of boss.
Counter-Strike's probably the first game I ever raged at, mainly because I would be playing with a 56K modem starting out, and you always had that one ass on the server who had rich parents and they could afford the cable modem, or I guess they may have been playing at a LAN cafe, but you're plugging along at whatever speed that is, and then they're just moving through, opping everyone. And what the f was up with the op, by the way? I mean, I used to use the op, but if you think about it, it's kind of retarded. It's just like one shot anywhere. It's like shoot someone in the foot, dead. I don't think that's ever happened in history where it's just like foot shot, dead, instantly. And then you'd save up for like an M249 because you're just trying to have fun or whatever. Opt, in the head, opt, all over the f***ing map. Are you kidding me? This isn't Cal-I reference for those of you that know what that is.
Want to know how you decide who a real gamer is? If you broke a controller while playing Battletoads, you're a real gamer. Like, that is like the test of time for any gamer. Like, I remember playing the NES version and you're on like this little motorcycle that hovers and you're in the stage that it was impossible to beat at a young age. It was literally just impossible. You had these walls flying at you. No way anyone in the history of mankind had enough instincts to navigate through this. So you never make it past the third stage. Then all of a sudden, hey, now we have a Super Nintendo version of the game. You're like, yes, I get to play Battletoads again. I can actually beat the game. Wrong! Because they brought the stage back and it's just as hard. And again, you're on stage 3 and you can't beat it. I literally broke 2 Super Nintendo controllers and my VCR at the time because I had thrown my controller so many times I could not beat that stage at all. I never knew I was an angry child until I played Battletoads for the Super Nintendo. It was horrible.
Ooh, the game that I probably rage at the most would be Dota. Defense of the Ancients, if you're not familiar. I consider myself a pretty good Dota player, but there's always that one ass on your team that ruins the entire game. I'm trying to carry you. Why are you taking my last hits? Okay? I need the gold because I actually need items. Go take your vengeful spirit and go pull some creeps if you want, but those are my creeps in the lane. Get the f out. And why? And then the same guy ruining your lane is always the one that's feeding, just over and over again, just feeding them kills, giving them gold, and then you're just screwed. The game's over because they've ruined your whole game.
Growing up, I was always a huge Mortal Kombat fan. To this day, still am, and that's actually, it surprises me a bit that I made it past Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Because no matter what difficulty I was on, anytime I made it to Jade on the tournament roster, like, I would get my ass kicked every time. I don't know if Midway was trying to prove a point that women kick ass, but they did. And anytime I'd go up against, it was like this 200 hit combo that I couldn't get past any time. So like, it's one thing to lose, but when you're losing to a girl over and over and over who looks as good as she does at the same time, it's trying as a gamer to try to make it past that. I couldn't even play at arcades because I knew I was just going to give up my money. Oh, you want $1 to play? All right, here we go. Oh, Jade dead. There goes my $1.
Minecraft. You wonder why you never see Minecraft on the channel? It's because it is the most rage-inducing game ever created by man. Are you serious? There's no map. I build a house, I instantly lose it. It gets dark, monsters attack me. I get blown up by a creeper, I lose everything I have. I finally find my way back to the location I was at, to the stupid creeper crater that got left, and I go to retrieve my stuff, and like a zombie attacks me, and I die and lose all my stuff again. Worst rage game ever. So much rage for that game.
Now, any nerd of any sort knows that Magic the Gathering can be a very, very frustrating game. You got this other person just smiling the entire time while he's kicking your ass with a wizard. And they released it on the Xbox, which was great because then I don't have to deal with punks like that who are taking me out every time. But then I realized how much I hate blue decks. A counter deck is so frustrating, and when you're playing like digitally, like it takes out, like if the computer wants you to lose, it's just not going to give you any cards and just give the computer all the cards it needs. I was living with my grandma at the time, and I yelled so loud, "I hate blue decks." And she walked by and she's like, "Oh, are you watching Watchmen again?" I'm like, "No, Grandma, no. It's Magic." And she's like, "Yeah, it is." I'm like, that's just wrong. That's actually a true story.
Left 4 Dead is another one I have a lot of rage towards. Not so much towards the game itself, but towards the people I usually play with. See, they take the title of the game very seriously, in that they will leave you for dead and go running right on towards that safe room. Meanwhile, I'm pinned down by a hunter. Although, to be fair, I've done that to some people too. In fact, my girlfriend got caught by a smoker once, and I was right by the safe room. So I told her, I'm like, look, the game's called Left 4 Dead, not go back and save your girlfriend. And that's why I'm single.